Today we're going to be talking about my physical therapy routine, what I do, how I got injured, what my injury is, and all of that fun stuff. I got injured in April of 2019 of last year. I was hitting and I was getting ready for a tournament. I was really putting in a bunch of work and not taking any days off pretty much, and just grinding hard. It just got to the point where I was in so much pain that I couldn't hold my racket. I just had to stop. I told my dad, like, I can't hit anymore right now, and he asked me, like, what's wrong, what's going on, are you okay, is it soreness, what kind of pain are you feeling, going over it all. We came to the conclusion, like, okay, we'll take a couple days off, maybe you're just tired. But as days went on, the pain didn't go away. The amount of pain that I had stayed the same even when I wasn't hitting. I've rested, I've done different treatments, different programs. Now I'm on my last program that I can do conservatively without going in with surgery, and hopefully it works, fingers crossed. But also we're not sure, it's kind of tough to tell. The injury that I have is called Cubital Tunnel Syndrome. It's where the ulnar nerve, so the ulnar nerve goes from about like right here in your neck all the way down to your fingers, and it goes to your pinky and your ring finger. What's happened to me is I've been playing tennis for so long that it's taken a toll on my body. An example that I give is like if you hit your funny bone here, hit it on the corner of something, and it goes numb for a little bit and it hurts really, really badly. That's what I have all day, every day. Even if I don't hit it on anything, that's the amount of pain that I have. That's the type of pain that it is. And it doesn't go away. It's just there constantly. If I'm not doing anything, it feels good. If I'm just sleeping, like that's probably the best time, because I keep my arm straight with like a brace. That helps a little bit to keep it straight and I don't bend it at night. Because if I bend it, if I'm on my phone, if I'm driving, I have to make sure that my arm is straight, because just bending it at my lap and leaving my hand on my lap just aggravates it a lot. It's super simple. It's not very intense at all. It's intense in the way of what it's doing to the nerve, but it's not very intense in like movements and stuff. You don't want to do too much intensity with movements because it is a nerve injury and you have to be very gentle with it, and you don't want to do too much. Also, just disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. This is just my experience, what I've been instructed to do. The first thing that I start off with is some nerve glides. It basically helps get the nerve from being stuck and pinched in there, and just helps it move freely so it's not just compressed in there. I'll do like where I extend my arm out and then I bring it and try to point my fingers to my shoulders and just have a light pull on the nerve, and then I'll extend it again and do that back and forth. I'll turn my palm facing up, I'll extend my arm, and then I'll reach my neck to the opposite end. You can do that on both sides. My left arm feels fine. It just helps it feel good, and I don't think it hurts to just go ahead and do that movement on the arm that's not hurting. After that, I put my hands straight down and I do some like hand extensions, and that I can do at any time in the day. Those aren't too aggravating. It honestly helps to get my hand open so I don't have it in a fist, because sometimes I'll just walk around and my right hand is just in a fist. I'm not sure if that's from tennis, from gripping a racket for so long, and it just becomes, even when the racket's not in your hand, you're just gripping. I'm not sure if that's everyone who plays tennis, but that's me. Doing that one when I find myself gripping and having tension in my arm and I feel that pain, then I'll just remind myself to kind of extend my fingers down at my sides. Reach your arms in front of you, and then you close your hands into a fist, bending them upwards, I guess, and then you extend your hands, open them, and then reach your fingers down to the ground. And as you reach your fingers down to the ground and open your hands, you bring your arms and bend them towards your face. And that also just helps get the nerve moving and gets it kind of loose in there. You reach your arm out and then you bend your hand back and you turn it out a little, and then you release and slowly bring it to your body again, not doing anything, just relaxing it back to your body. Then you come out again, reach your arm out, turn it out, pull your hand back a little. Do all of these very gently. Count 2 seconds. 1, 2, hold, and then release, come back, then do it again. Very gentle as you go. Have a fist. Try not to squeeze too hard, just a fist. And then reach your arm down, turn, Like if you're showing your triceps off, use your left hand to turn out your wrist, so that way that can kind of pull that, and that just kind of gives it a nice little stretch. That's what I do nerve glide wise. That's the first little bit of my physical therapy routine. I'll do each of those about 10 to 12 times, no more than 12 times. Do not do them more than 12 times because it will definitely aggravate the nerve a lot. So first you want to put your right hand behind your back and bend it behind your back in a 90-degree angle. The back of your hand is on your back, and you want to feel like a slight stretch on your shoulder a little bit. You want to get your left hand and get your head, do a gentle stretch down towards the ground, like if you're smelling your armpit a little bit. Hold that for about 30 seconds, and that kind of gives like a nice gentle stretch on your neck. Since the nerve starts about here and then like works it, and then it goes all the way down to your fingers, what you can do to kind of basically release the nerve and get it to decompress is like I'll grab some skin and I'll just lift it gently along that pathway. I'll grab it on my neck and then move my arm back and forth. Bend your hand back, like if you have something in your hand like your phone or a tray of food or something, and then you just move your arm back, and then you can lift it back or go here, and then you just grab wherever that nerve is and kind of in here as well along your shoulder. Just right in here, gently just lift it, and then you turn your hand out, and do that about 10 to 12 times as well. And then I'll just work my way. I'll finish about here. Wherever I can't grab anymore, that's where I'll just stop. And then I'll start lifting the skin right here under my arm, and I'll just do that. And I'll also move my arm out like this, and then continue going down my arm. Once I get to about halfway, and then where I'm more at my wrist, then I'll just move my neck. You don't want to move both at the same time, just one or the other. You know, either move your arm or move your neck, one or the other. Don't move both, because now you're just pulling it against each other or something like that, is how it was described. Once I get to my wrist, I'll kind of pull it here, and then I'll just move my neck from there. I don't move my arm. I do those 3 times a day, and only about 10 times, maybe 12 the most, because you don't want to do too many, because then it aggravates the nerve. So just 10 to 12 is enough, and then you let it rest, and then you go on to do it again later in the day, and then again for a 3rd time. Then I'll do one last stretch. I'll bend it back gently with my left hand, and then turn my right hand towards my chest, almost like I'm showing off my forearm. You want to gently push your elbow forward, and that helps with just kind of giving that ulnar nerve a stretch a little bit. And I'll hold that for about 30 seconds, and then I'll relax for about 30 seconds and do it again. I do that about 3 to 4 times. Right after I finish that stretch, then I will go into this glove exercise. It's called a flex extend restore. I'll leave it linked below for anybody who wants to try it. Basically in tennis, the thing that happens a lot is you hit one way, swinging your arm repetitively so many times and for so many hours in a day, and after a while it takes its toll. The thing that happens is these muscles here on this side, when you're hitting, they get lengthened, and then these get shortened. These ones here are weak, and then these ones are too strong. Something like that. It's hard to explain, but basically the point of this glove is to strengthen the muscles that are not strong when you're hitting. There were a lot of therapies that I did that consisted of like using a dumbbell and doing exercises, gentle exercises like that. But the thing is, you're gripping the dumbbell, and sometimes you would like extend it, and that was part of it, but for the most part you're gripping it. Even if you're only doing it as lightly as possible, you're still closing your hand. The idea with this glove is basically you're opening your hand with the exercises. You put this little band around your arm, and that just helps hold it in place. You put the glove on, you would be able to take this off. It doesn't do anything. It's the one on the inside of your hand that you're really using. I know it looks very weird. The whole point with this is to be able to open your hand and strengthen those muscles. So in the program they have like a lot of different ones, like if you have carpal tunnel, if you have golfer's elbow, tennis elbow, and a bunch of other injuries, it helps with that. And I'm sure that you would do different exercises, but the ones I'm showing here in this video are for specifically Cubital Tunnel Syndrome. These exercises are me further along in the program. I'm about 6 weeks into this program, along with like the other stuff that I've showed you. I'm halfway through the program. 6 weeks is the minimum time that they said it would take for it to help and heal the injury, at least just to bring the pain down a little. Unfortunately, it hasn't. I still have a lot of pain. 12 weeks was the max to be able to tell whether it was gonna work or not. We're halfway through. I'm pretty much basically gonna be into the 7th week coming up already. These are the exercises that I do, that I'm at now. I do this 2 times a day. I don't do it 3 times a day. They don't recommend doing it more than that. First one is like an arm extension one, and I just extend my arm down and not keep your hand closed and just do that. Then I'll turn the armband a little bit and then I'll readjust it and tighten it again. And then I'll do the like palm up isolated one. Then I'll turn my palm to the side and then I'll open it and turn it up a little. And it's called thumb up elbow moving, and you just close your hand into your chest and then you open and extend, and always open your fingers. Palm up, elbow moving again, and I'll just turn the band over again, and so then I'll just do that again. And then that's it. Those are all the exercises that I have with the band. But the next couple ones I'll just show you guys really quickly. And you can use either a PVC pipe or like I have a stick, a wooden stick, and then you want to get a towel so that way you can put it on the end that you're going to use, so that way it's soft and it's not just a stick pushing into your body. Yeah, you want to put that on the end that you're going to be at, and then the other end of the stick you want to put against a wall. Then you're going to lay down on the end where you have the towel. You're gonna put that stick kind of like right here on your shoulder. You don't want to do it in this area because that's very sensitive, so you just want to do it on this area right here where you might have some tightness. So this is where I usually have a lot of tightness just from all these years of playing tennis. Raise your arm, and then you're gonna lift your arm up and then down and then up and then down, and just put that pressure, almost like you're massaging yourself. If you can't have anyone do it for you, then you do that, and then you can kind of apply the pressure that you want in whatever specific area you want, and then you get to play around with it. And then if you have a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball or like a massage ball that you can put in a freezer, that works too. A tennis ball is not so great for this because it's really soft. It's not going to apply the pressure that you want from it, but if that's all you have, then it's better than nothing. You want to put that on whichever shoulder is tight for you, starting at this shoulder blade, and you're just going to go around your shoulder blade. And I'll work my way down with the lacrosse ball, and as I work my way down, I'll stop in one spot, reach over across my body, and then extend and go out to the opposite side. And I do that about 10 times, and then I'll move the ball down and then do that again, and then move it down, do it again. Once I'm done going down my shoulder blade, then I'll stop in whatever spot I was in, and then I'll start with my arm on my side, reach up, and then reach my arm as close to my ear as possible, reaching up, and then I'll move the lacrosse ball up, and then do it again about 10 times. Then I'm done once I go up to make it to the top of my shoulder blade. This last one that I'm showing you guys is just something that I've been doing for years, that I learned from a physical therapist a long time ago when I injured my shoulder. It's this type of therapy called PRI. If it might help you, I'll try to find their website. It focuses a lot on your breathing and your posture and being more aware of how you hold your body. This exercise that I'm going to show you guys, they use a balloon. It helps you learn to breathe from your diaphragm, and helps me just reset my body posture. You put your feet up in a 90-degree angle, and then you have a ball in between your legs, and you kind of lift your hips off the ground just very, very slightly. And you kind of, there's so many instructions for it, but basically reach one hip up with one knee, and then squeeze with another one, and then you breathe out with the balloon, and then it helps release the shoulder and realign kind of your posture and your breathing. I just added that to this routine because it's something I've been doing already. That's such an interesting type of therapy. I'll leave that link down below if you guys want to check it out, if you might be dealing with something that might be causing you pain. Like I said, I'm about 6 weeks into this. That's what I'm doing to see if I can cure my Cubital Tunnel Syndrome, basically ulnar nerve entrapment. Different name, same thing kind of thing. I hope this helps anybody who just happens to be coming along to this video who wants some help. I go do my physical therapy now because I've been filming this video. I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys.